having those crazy team fights and taking a victory here. Raven really needs to stay up because the Crucibles are coming right after this part, so they need to climb up their ranks a little bit here.
Yeah, maybe too late for them if they can't turn it around right now. You know, GG, you know, not an easy opponent, but one of the easier ones they will face. You know, they're putting up a good fight against GG. Well, what happens when they face Black? What happens when they face Tempest, Mighty, Miracle even? So, nearly beat Miracle last time.
They almost did.
Close it out.
They didn't really close it out with Zero to Nova. Did not work, but the standard bans, of course, Zarya and Fast-Start, you guys can even print that out and stick it on those first ban slots.
Like I said yesterday, I hope you guys have screen burn reduction on your monitor.
No, yeah.
If you don't, just take your mouse and hover over the stream a few times to make sure
your
doesn't burn it in.
Safe. And the Haka pick. Okay, they're not sticking with the team fight composition. They are going to follow, and maybe they will lead it this time. Especially the Haka is such a strong solo top Shriner here.
Yeah, definitely is. Falstad taken immediately, so it's going to be globals versus globals. See if GG wants to go down the tank route here. Nope. I was going to say they might try to, again, weaken the pools of Diong and now Hamlin. It seems to be there's a position swap here. You know, in Heroes of the Storm, when you announce your positions to the organization, in this case OGN, who's broadcasting this, see for EU and today it's Blizzard and then DOTV for China. You announce your position doesn't mean you have to play what you've announced your position to be. So even though we saw Diong playing the tank all the time, his position wasn't technically swapped. He has been playing the flex role so far here. So we're going to see the Ariel and Vala coming out, locking in the damage. And it would be cool to see just the solo damage Vala with an Artanis even in the 4-man. It would be quite powerful, I'd say. I'm just really trying to force the issue on the Artanis. Vala has an insanely low win rate because she's played so often, by the way. Not indicative of how strong she is. Go on, sorry.
And also these bans are also somewhat always to target it against Vala, because Vala is just way too powerful if you have her with the right team comp, especially with Zarya and Tastler, as you can see all the time. And just with Ariel and Vala and Gul'dan, Raven may go right into a very powerful weapon of their team comp in this map especially.
Tough to grab a ban here. They might just target ban Artanis. It's not even a bad choice. Will be the Muradin instead. So probably going to grab ETC, which is going to give them a strong 4-man because of his power slide. And his auto attack passive can be very helpful in that as well.
Tychus, I like this ban. Yes, this is a lot better than the throwaway ban they did on game number 1. They don't not necessarily that they have to have Muradin to actually ban out Tychus. Even against the Haka or Ariel, Tychus is solid, a lot of damage and auto attacks, and also grenade to finish off.
Well, this leaves GG into the Gul'dan pick. Still very, very powerful in the 4-man. ETC we already talked about. They're going to help that. And, you know, both comps look very standard, very strong. Gul'dan trying to put on his best. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
I was going to say Gul'dan trying to put on his best Samuro impression there, but...
Is this real?
This is real.
2 days in a row.
This time, though...
Tychus is banned. That's exactly what we talked about yesterday.
So this is a smarter draft than what we saw before. We're going to see Leoric, another counter attempt here. Not as good as the Tychus. Now this Cho'Gall absolutely can work. And it's going to be really annoying to deal with in the 4-man. The Hawk is going to have that extra pressure. Raven absolutely should be able to find level 10 on this map that normally goes a bit longer than Infernal Shrines like we saw yesterday. Cho'Gall, in terms of HGC Korea Days, we are now 2 for 2 in his appearances. We'll see if we see him throughout the rest of the tournament as he's quite significantly buffed on this patch. See if GG can close it out the same way we saw yesterday as we go into game number 3 on Dragonshire. In blue, it is Team Raven, Joju on Ariel, Hammond on Dahaka, NMX on Vala, Deyoung and H82, I imagine H82 on Cho, and Deyoung on the Gall, considering he's been playing Flex today.
In red, GG, BDG on Falstad, Jaehyun on Malfurion, Good on Leoric, Hooligan on ETC, and Uje on Gul'dan.
Okay, it's happening.
Yes, and I love the last pick of Leoric, because Leoric is a soft counter to Cho'Gall, of course, with that Drain Hope, taking out the maximum HP off of Cho'Gall. Kind of works like Tychus in a way, taking that % damage based.
Yeah, and there isn't really a counter on the side of Raven for dealing with Leoric, so the potential grabs as well can be really good. You can grab someone after an Aegis, for example. We're going to see this 4-man collapse here onto the Cho'Gall.
And body blocks are real.
He's dead. He's not getting out of here. See ya. Ouch. Well, that was Cho'Gall's fat, all right? Like, let's be real, okay? Like, in Korea, it's actually really common to talk about weight and stuff, and we're in Korea, and this is HGC Korea, and Cho'Gall's fat, man. He can't fit through there. Just body blocked out. GG.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man.
And that's already actually 2 kills, not just 1. And with that, look at the Gul'dan having this wave clear, and does get caught by their power slide just at the very end, and then Mac does get blown up along with that root connecting right after.
Good going for the range increase on his Drain Hope. He's going to build into that because of Cho'Gall, but that also helped secure the kill there onto Vala. So
it is a Q Vala instead.
Yeah. But this is really GG using their aggressive composition very well. Daka allows that top shrine to go, so this is going to be a 1 minute 38 Dragon Knight for GG. And look, they have ETC. They could displace, I know Red doesn't like when I say double stun, but they could displace 2 members in a sense with what ETC's power slide can do. He comes in, gets the stun onto Cho'Gall, then displaces him into the fight. We're going to have the auto attack build from Falstad with lifesteal, and eventually build into, you know, maximum lifesteal on the giant killer. So we're going to see this max damage the later the game goes on, really in favor of GG. As we see Corruption actually going to be the take care level 1, the Echo Corruption build coming out for Gul'dan. And I mean, in terms of everything GG is doing, they only had the 1 pick to counter this in the Leoric, but everything else they had already picked, they have prepared well. And they're abusing the fact that they have this strong early game pressure. That's why they got those early 2 kills. And they got that first Dragon Knight, which pushes them ahead in EXP.
Yep, they have the CCs with Malfurion and ETC. They have the global presence with Falstad and the wave clear of Gul'dan. So much burst damage also coming out from all their heroes. So they have a very solid comp along with Leoric to actually take care of some HP off of that Cho'Gall, as we explained before. And in terms of Raven, it's not the fact they are a man down, they have 1 less to rotate around. So when they make those rotations, they really have to be careful because ETC will be around in the camping areas. And Dahaka has not really been moving around other than the top. He has been harassed by that Falstad all the time. It's just like in game number 1.
Yep, this feels familiar. Level 7 up now for GG. And it's a big spike for the damage. For Falstad, you can just see that increased range on the Drain Hope is so awesome. Lyric's one of my favorite years, one of my most played. So I'm glad he's kind of making a return in the meta. In this case, just a counter pick, but you see him a lot in Europe. So here's the power slide, the displacement on the Cho'Gall. And
good burrow, actually.
Yeah, good burrow
some
here.
Damage.
But down on the bot, Cho'Gall takes a lot of damage. And he survives. Dahaka does survive, but this is a winning trade for GG. He's actually going to commit back in. He has a lot of hope. I mean, this works well with the Oreo. We forgot to really describe how strong Oreo works with this comp. This is what Oreo was first used for when she was released, actually. Hyde and Tempest would run the Cho'Gall occasionally. We saw this last year.
And we may actually go see Resurrection here. That's a chance, very unlikely, but still reviving both at the same time.
Yeah, the combo with Cho'Gall and Ariel is really, really powerful with all the massive heals you have. You don't even have to have the crown on Cho'Gall all the time either. The ball is doing a lot of extra damage. You just keep spitting those heals onto Cho'Gall, heal him repeatedly. Gall just does so much damage so quickly for no cost. Ooh, nice detainment here. Hooligan getting greedy on that Shrine. Does escape, though. And this game is evening up a little bit. Raven has caught up with this last exchange.
And of course, having Cho'Gall is very strong, along with Ariel. Doesn't even necessarily have to be with Vala, as you explained. But that will be one of the questions when a big team fight breaks off later on. Which target that Ariel actually needs to protect and take care of when there are a lot of other targets with GG to focus on.
Nice shove there, actually, to help get Diong out of harm's way. But
if that root connected, may have been a kill right there.
this is a really scary moment, though. Hamlin's going to retake this, so good foresight to actually head up there immediately, knowing what was happening in the bot lane, and that they were not going to be able to control this. Look at how much hope Joju has here, consistently. All the damage Gall is able to put off. Still getting a bit chunked down, though. Here's going to be another channel. The trade is won in the top lane for Falstad. This is going to be Dragon Knight, and it's going to be Heroics for a good game. As going to split off and soak for that EXP lead, it looks like. Dragon Knight sent to the top lane. See the worst lane to push, but this is just going to be for the EXP and lane pressure for later.
Yeah, it's really looking into the later picture, as Hamlin has been harassed by VDG a lot, and he was forced to go back home so many times. If the fort is down, then Hamlin can't really even come near that shrine. That's going to give a lot more advantage to GG. And
he's just going to die here immediately. Got caught by that power slide, and Hooligan is putting on a clinic right now as to how to aggressively play ETC against this composition. Never afraid of anything, just completely aggressive on every power slide. Any opportunity, he just takes it. And this is going to be an easy fort. In fact, just going to have Falstad fly down here. Ready to look for the Horrify. And Cho'Gall is caught way out. Ooh, the root misses, though. Still a big power slide coming off. He's going to commit onto this fight. The big explosion goes down onto Wu Jie. Does get the kill and gets healed. Close call there. And MX is also going down. Swing! Home run. And there's the kill here onto Hamlin. This is nearly a wipe.
Yep, that seemed like the first kill is the only kill that was going to happen, but Leoric against Vala and a solo kill on top.
Yep.
Not the most common thing you see.
Still waiting for that janitor Leoric skin. You saw that, right? The Chinese concept?
Yes, I saw the concept a long time ago.
That
I would
is
love
awesome.
to buy it. Yes.
I really want that.
Should be a master skin too.
Yeah, well, don't talk to everyone about master skins right now. Everyone's a little bit testy about that. But
that is true. But GG already hitting that 13, having a big lead over Raven right now, over 2.
Well, this is going well for GG. I know everyone's gonna be like, well, duh, but it is. They have played the comp well. They've taken every fight in their favor. They've abused Cho'Gall. They're going to abuse him again here into this Entomb. He has the crown, and he's going to be massively healed up here by Joju. Hooligan actually sneaking around way too far there, and this is going to be a retreat. This was the first engage that GG is going to regret.
And a perfect disengage to actually save all of them. And I like the fact that Hooligan also chose Crowd Surfer at level 4. He can just go over the terrain and just power slide in, gets that stun, especially into Cho'Gall, which has been working so far.
Yeah, it's giving him a lot more angles to work with in terms of getting that power slide in and making that work. So we'll see. Cho'Gall, you know, the heroic, his name escapes me right now, for Gall that we are seeing charge up. The last time did a massive amount of damage because he was able to channel it and hit everybody, but there was no finish off. There was no potential to get the kills. And that last fight he used it, it was wasted. It's on cooldown here now as well, something that GG is very aware of. It's got a long cooldown, I think nearly 80 seconds. Big stun here, and Horrify, I should say. Not a fear, not a stun. But this is just trying to secure the Dragon Knight. They committed that a lot of resources here.
And Power Slide available along with ETC. Does get caught by that Entomb, and BDG just gust Aria only to have Cho'Gall not get healed.
Yeah, definitely trying to force Cho'Gall down there with this play. Doesn't work out for them in the first set of the engage here, but looks like it's going to be a Dragon Knight regardless. Will it be the double onto Cho'Gall? It will, with the death of Falstad on top of it, but this is going to be a keep wall down in mid. Don't forget the Siege Giant pressure in the bot lane right now that's going on. It's going to force what's little left for Raven here to split into two directions. If they don't, they're going to lose both basically anyways. They're already losing keep wall damage in the bot. Ariel's going to go down. She's got okay wave clear to help deal with this, which means that she's not there to heal NMX, who now gets caught by Hooligan and is going to get burned down. Trying to get back to Hall of Storms, not going to happen. Joji with the late heal, and that is going to be mid-keep for sure. Secured now, the double talent tier lead for GG.
Yep, and right when you say it, the double talent is gone and does catch up to level 13, but still a talent down and 3 levels down. Cho'Gao tries to stall some time, but Keep is already gone. The Haka is actually getting some EXP soaked in the bottom.
Look at the damage of BDG as well, with the scaling advantage he has, with the advanced marksman, with Giant Killer, as somehow they got the Cho'Gao kill down here as well off camera. GG is going full dominance right now. It seems to be, perhaps these teams are having a lot of success with Cho'Gao in scrims, but in the pro games, it has been shut down and countered. GG very well versed in how to deal with this. They've likely scrimmed against it. Double keep now. The top lane pressure is real too. They can't really core right now without any more picks. Everyone's about to respawn, but they can paint the map red and take all the camps. They're going to start with a night camp. As you can see, Falstad is even putting on further pressure. Good gets out, can mount. Vala just now completing her quest.
Wow.
At 11:30.
Usually it doesn't take that much time, but still dying a few times and also really forcing herself back as she does not have that protection from Tastar or Zarya. Cho'Gao has been tanking and doing damage from the front line.
By the way, a Moonburn or Moonfire build here coming out from Alfurion, picking it up at 13 and 16, the Lunar Shower. So pretty unusual, but definitely can be powerful. You just continue to stack that damage with a really short cooldown onto the Cho'Gao. We see a pull come down here onto Good, but he immediately turns this around. Good in Tomb. They're just going to wait for this explosion. It's like Hulin's willing to take the damage. There's the kill. And this should be game, as there's nothing left for Raven to do.
Perfect combo, just catching Cho'Gao right in there and making everyone else disengage with that gust. And ETC, of course, with that talent, can go over the terrain.
Okay, Horrify here onto Vala to stop all that damage. We do see an Aegis being used here onto Hamlin, but he's going to get burned down here. Okay, maybe barely survives there. They're going to commit and chase to him. Doesn't matter. Those Siege Giants we talked about in the bot lane are now all the way on the core. And this is going to be game over. They want to get a few more kills before this happens. Good's going to be a little bit sad as KDA is going to be affected by that death. But this will be game over. GG will knock down the core here. GG will knock down the core here. Yeah. And that is going to be a 3-0 sweep over Team Raven. Team Raven showing some unique strategies, both the Azmodan and Cho'Gao in this best of 5. The Azmodan looked a lot better. The Cho'Gao just feels super directly countered, just as we saw yesterday. Countered in different ways.